Right. Coming towards the end, we have a last talk for the day, that is Community Builder at 10. And I'm very excited and happy to announce Suman Devnath, Bhuvaneshwari Subramani, and a very special and young speaker who is Bhuvaneshwari's kid Yoogesh in this session. Excited to announce the three subparts of this session. Firstly, we have Suman and Yoogesh interaction as Cloud Dev at 10. Next, we have Suman talking about AWS community and related programs. And finally, we have Bhuvaneshwari and Suman interaction. So let me tell you about each of these speakers. Bhuvaneshwari is a director in engineering operations at Infor. She has more than 2 decades of IT experience, and she's also an AWS solutions architect. Next, we will have Suman, who is a principal developer advocate at Amazon Web Services. Suman is also an author of more than 30 white papers published for Broadcom, IBM, and Hitachi Data Systems. Welcome and great to have you, Bhuvaneshwari, Yoogesh, and Suman. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Dolly, Fazil, and the entire AWS community team across India, Sri Lanka, Nepal, and Bangladesh. It's an absolute pleasure to be here with all of you. We are not, physically meeting this year for obvious reasons, but I am super excited today to have Yoogesh with us. And I'm not only I'm super excited, but I'm very much nervous to even talk to someone at his age who has built so many things. And I was just talking to Yoogesh a couple of days back, and I was just trying to learn more about him. And I was just astonished to know his interest towards technology, and not only technology but also in literature. So as Dolly mentioned, Yoogesh is just 10 years old, and he's equally passionate about technology and literature. And he has his own blog, which I'm going to post, in the chat in a while. And we are going to talk about that blog post, and we will try to learn from Yoogesh, what motivates him to come into technology and how he started his learning journey at this early age. And not only this, as he is very much interested in literature, he's also an author. He started to write poems, and Twilight of Mythology is one of his first step in the amazing world of writing. So without any further ado, let me welcome Yoogesh, and let's learn from Yoogesh about his whole journey, and try to understand, what motivates him. Hello, Yoogesh. How are you doing today? And tell us something about you. We are all very much excited to hear from you.
No, I spread it.
It's okay.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Voice break, uncle.
You tell your voice is breaking.
Okay, is my voice okay now? Can you hear me?
Uncle, your voice is breaking.
Okay, can you hear me now? Okay.
Yes, uncle, now I can hear you.
Okay, perfect. So please tell us something about you, and tell us what you do.
My name is, hello everyone, my name is Yoogesh. I used to study in Presidency School, Bangalore South till 4th grade. Now in 5th grade, I am studying at SSVM Residency School, Metupalayam. And I'm super excited to talk about my baby steps into the cloud.
Excellent, excellent. Thank you so much. I have no idea what I was doing at your age, and I'm super excited to
Uncle,
learn.
your voice is breaking, uncle, I can't hear you.
Okay, is it better now? Yeah. So just tell us, Yoogesh, how you got started into technology.
Actually, my mother promised to buy a laptop, so I started researching. One day, I came across a YouTube channel named Linus Tech Tips. That's how I got into technology. Also, my mother would sometimes take me to her presentation in the past. And during this lockdown, she had many presentation, so I was with her. That's how I got curious to know what she does.
Excellent, excellent. And I heard that you have published a website, your own blog page. Tell us something about that. What was your idea and how you built that idea for your own website?
Actually, I learned HTML from my mom last year, and we both built a profile site, Bona.pro. And then my mother started teaching me cloud computing. It was quite interesting. It worked out better for her. She doesn't have to buy a new computer for me. I can use an overkill computer in the cloud with a 5-year-old desktop that I use for my online classes. She even created EC2 instance for me and my brother to play around with the virtual desktop. And that triggered me to learn more. And that's how I learned Amazon S3. Just like we use a container or bucket to store water, we can use Amazon S3 to store our files and create a website. That helped me share my webpage with the whole world. I have hosted breeze.bona.pro on Amazon S3 as a static website, added my favorite books in the home library. Whenever I make changes to HTML page, I log into Amazon console with the IAM user my mom created for me and upload the modified files to S3 bucket, refreshing my website to see the changes. When I travel between both of my grandparents' place, I switch from desktop to desktop. I asked my mom to store the files in external SSD, but my mom suggested storing the files on GitHub so I can access them from anywhere. It's absolutely free and I can share the code with everyone. Later, I told my mom if I make any changes to a file or add a new image, I have to upload to both GitHub and S3. It's the double the work. She configured Amazon code pipeline to pull the changes from GitHub and automatically upload them to S3. I make changes to the files and upload them only to GitHub.
Excellent. I mean, I was just counting the technology and the services that you know. So you know Amazon S3, you know IAM, you know GitHub, and you know HTML. So most of this I just learned a couple of years back. So fantastic. It's a phenomenal learning for me, and I'm very sure it's a great experience for everyone who are listening to learn and get motivated from your journey. So I'm very sure that you have a very strong plan for your future. Tell us something about what you want to do in future.
In my holidays, I want to take the Amazon Cloud Practitioner examination. My mother says it's not for 10-year-old, but I'll have to wait and see. In my future, I would like to study MIT in mechatronics in MIT and MBA in Harvard University. Thank you so much for listening.
Wow. Thank you so much, Yogesh. It's amazing to see your determination, your thought process, and your maturity at this age. I need to take your phone number now because I'm not very sure, how I can reach out to you at later point in time or once you reach places, right? So, and I will make sure that Deepika auntie is also listening to you, and we will make sure that you get an opportunity to write the cloud practitioner certification way ahead your time, even if it takes some exception. So thank you so much for your time. I know that we have blocked your time, which you have reserved for your tennis classes. It's an absolute pleasure to have you today with all of us. Thank you so much. Have a great
Thank you,
evening
Uncle.
ahead.
Thank you, Uncle.
Thank you. Thank you so much. All right, so moving on. So let me just share my screen quickly and share a few of the other things before we invite Bhuvna. So what we are going to spend our time now for the next 5 10 minutes is I'll walk you through a few of the different programs that we have which are offered for AWS community, and few of these programs are actually built by community, not by us, and how you can take your learning from today, I mean from tomorrow onwards, from this community day. So you might have heard from Puneet early in the morning during the keynote. We do have a lot of user groups. So this is the first program that we have. You may like to join, and you can come to this website. You can just search it in your in any of your search engine, and you will find the AWS user group across different regions. So in India, Bangladesh, Nepal, and Sri Lanka, in combination, I think we have more than 27, 28 user groups. You may like to pick the one which is near to your hometown, I mean your workplace or your hometown. And if you don't find your city or town, you may like to start one in your region. But do join any of these user groups, and then you may like to host some sessions or join and keep your learning cycle go on from there onwards. The other program that we have is the AWS Community Builder program. So this program, we introduced it recently, I think this year itself, and this is based on self-nomination. So what you can do as a builder is you can nominate yourself with all your background, like what you have done, and what we just have to know that why we will we will qualify you as a community builder. So this is a great opportunity for anyone who is into sharing their knowledge, not only on AWS, but also around technology in general. So you may like to nominate yourself. Now it's in waiting list because we have already completed the application for this year. But you may like to join the waiting list. You will get an email, and you can nominate yourself next year. So we open this twice a year. So the next one is, I guess, it will open within first quarter of next year. So this is something that you may like to explore and join, and this will give you a gateway to reach out to not only community builders, but also it will help you to get closer to a lot of product teams within AWS, AWS heroes, and the technological or technical community as a whole. The other program we have is AWS Hero, and Bhuvna is going to talk about a little bit more about AWS Hero program because she is one of our hero from India. And but this program is one of the topmost program that we have for community. This is not a self-nomination based. For this, people within AWS, especially the DAs are nominated, but it will be you will be nominated by someone, and how we would know about you is by looking at your work. So if you are a blogger, if you are a YouTuber, or if you are a tech savvy person, and you love to share your knowledge, I think you are pretty much qualified for AWS Hero. So all you have to do is you have to be engaged with the technology and AWS, and you should have the empathy of sharing knowledge, and you should have the empathy towards everyone and helping everyone to leverage your skill set to do something good in their respective careers. So we do have lots of heroes across the globe. We have many heroes from India, and you can search the different heroes here and connect with them via different social media like LinkedIn, email, or Twitter, or whatever of your choice. You can also find out different heroes under different technology or the different streams like DevOps, IoT, machine learning. So they are specialized heroes, and they have a specialization in that field. So if you have any questions around AWS on machine learning, you should reach out to Machine Learning Hero. So that would be one of the nice starting point to get involved, not only for learning but also as a mentor. You can get some motivation and get some thought, tips of how to become a community hero or a community builder. And the other thing, and this is one of the newest program that we had, and this is completely built by our community and CodeOps. So this is a learning platform. And what you can do is you can just go to awsreskill.com. You can create your account. It's completely free. And what this offers you is you will get lots of challenges where you will be asked to attend some quiz at the end of every session, and those sessions are built around that quiz. So it's kind of you learn as well as you earn something, right? And you get some points against every quiz, and which you can redeem later on to buy some goodies. So not only you can attend sessions here, but you can also join as a speaker. So let's say you are learning now and you are an expert in networking. So you may like to reach out to anyone in the community and show your interest that you want to record a session for reskill, and we would be more than happy to have you on board for this platform, right? So this is a great learning page, and I would strongly recommend you to join AWS Reskill program. And lastly, within this Reskill platform, we do have some study groups. So if you are preparing for any of the certification, which Deepika was mentioning in the earlier session, you may like to join these Telegram groups, where you can ask questions and discuss with your fellow colleagues or friends who are also preparing for these certifications. And lastly, we have this Educate program. So this is a very nice program, especially if you are from school or college, and if you have an email ID of your university, you may like to create an account. And what this offers you is a free account of AWS, and you don't have to have your credit cards and all of that. And you will also get a credit of $100 if I'm not wrong. And this also allows you to to learn from AWS in the form of specialized training, because we do have different training tracks, like for developers, for machine learning, for data scientists, and so on. So you may like to leverage AWS Educate platform if you have an email ID of your university or school. That's about it. So before,
Hi,
all
Suman.
right. Hi, Bhuvna. How are you doing today?
I'm good, thank you.
Thank you so much. So many of you might know Bhuvna, and we also know that Yoogesh is Bhuvna's younger son, and we will talk about that little later. But let me first give some brief about Bhuvna, who are new to community and who do not know about her. So Bhuvna is the director of engineering operations at Infer, and she has more than 20 years of IT experience, not only in cloud computing, but also on DevOps and performance engineering. And she also holds a few of the credentials, AWS certification credentials, like AWS Solution Architect Professional and Security Specialist certification. So Bhuvna, tell us something about your journey from being an AWS community member till today, while you are one of the prominent AWS leader across the globe.
Uh, Thank you, Suman. Thank you for the invite to be part of AWS Community Day South Asia 2021. Definitely, I would like to share some of the highlights from the journey, I would say. So, as a director of engineering operations at Infor, I've always been very active in all internal presentations and driving various CSR activities or organizational events. So, in addition to do all that, I also deliver guest lectures on tech topic only in selected engineering colleges across Tamil Nadu. That was my boundary. I never went out of my organization either to learn or share, right? So, though we have started using AWS much earlier within Infor, in 2017, I realized that there is a lot of potential in getting deeper into AWS technology. That's when I joined AWS User Group Bengaluru, and I've been very regular to almost every monthly meetups, and also pursued with several AWS certifications like Suman was mentioning. So my first external presentation was in 2017 at AWS Community Day, Bengaluru. I was the only women speaker at that time. And later I volunteered to run AWS Community Days and also AWS User Groups meetups. So I would say the experience that one would gain in organizing and hosting an AWS Community Day would be as good as successfully running a startup. The tremendous experience, right? So this AWS user group was not only been a platform where I could learn from pioneers, right? It also gave me a global platform for me to present in various industry tech conferences. And the crown of all was AWS reInvent. Yes, I've been presenting in reInvent twice in the past and also the coming one, which we'll talk a little later. Further, as an extension of all of these, I continue to deliver guest lectures on cloud computing for staff and student across India these days in different engineering colleges. Not just that, apart from engineering or the science students, there are also non-tech and art students who are striving to make a mark in their career, right? With the learnings that I've gained so far, I also conduct personal training sessions to tech and non-tech students. Further, do consultation for engineering colleges for their cloud computing syllabus, all that. So this is what probably AWS User Group have given me an opportunity to learn and also extend my hands to a larger audience through AWS community.
Excellent. So, I mean, you are all over the place. I know you for last 2 or 3 years, and there is not a single big conference where I have not seen you in the recent past. And you do all of this along with your day-to-day work as a director at Infer. So, thank you so much for all your passion and your guidance across our AWS community and outside. So you spoke about reInvent, and I know that in 2019 we were there in reInvent as well, along with others from India. So tell us something about this upcoming reInvent which we have next month. Tell us something about your talk and how we can join your session.
Okay, so I'm always a proud AWS User Group Bengaluru and India represent. I am definitely super excited to present in AWS reInvent third time. First was in 2019, we were in person, and later in 2020, it was an online event. Now it's 2021, right? So in 2019, I spoke on transforming to feature driven development, one of Infor Nexus use case, how the cloud adaptation have helped to empower each and every developer to create their own miniature feature development environment using infrastructure as a code and SDKs. Use the environment as long as you need and then go ahead and destroy it to take the full advantage of cloud computing, right? The next year in 2020, it was virtual, an amazing experience. So I spoke about understanding multi-account management in AWS. So we all presented in the comfort of our home, and all of us got to attend the event. And this year, reInvent 2021, which is coming between November 29 to December 3rd, it's going to be a combination of virtual as well as in-person event. So I'm pretty excited to speak about enable continuous delivery and resiliency for a static website. So the theme would be like when you have successfully hosted a static website on Amazon S3, the next step is to establish a continuous integration and continuous deployment for your static website. And the most important considerations are whether there is a disaster recovery in place and whether the website is resilient for regional failure. And that's what will be discussed in depth in this session. And for people who have already registered to be in person for reInvent, session reserved seating is available now. You can go ahead and search for COM203 to reserve your seat for my session. And those who would love to listen to the reInvent at the comfort of your home, stay tuned for online streaming. So we get the benefit, dual benefit this year, right? Either in person or
Right,
the
right,
online.
right. Excellent, excellent. So, thank you so much, Bhuvna, for all the details and all the very best for your reInvent talk. It is one of the biggest tech event across the globe that we have. And for others, please do join reInvent. Do register. We have a website. I think the team will post that in the chat and connect with Bhuvna if you want to learn more. So. Before we wrap up, I just have two small questions. So one is very important, and we often asked about this from many from the community. Tell us something about AWS Hero and Hero program, and what you would advise to anyone who wish to become an hero and work with the whole community.
That's a very great question, Suman, which comes up most of the time. So one thing I would like to say, AWS Hero is not something you apply and get it, or you take up an exam and clear it. I would like to reiterate that AWS Hero is a honorary award given to people from the community for their work and commitment towards the whole of the tech ecosystem. So if you're passionate about cloud and AWS, and if you're someone who would love to unlearn, learn, and share, then AWS would like to have you as one of the AWS Hero. So if you ask me, what might have helped me to become an AWS Hero? I could think of few things. My passion for training and creative writing, along with the cloud knowledge and community spirit, have paved the way for the tremendous honor AWS Community Hero in June 2019 and AWS DevTools Hero in November 2020. So when you say continuous contribution towards the AWS community, in what form, right? I could say from my perspective as an organizer of AWS User Group Bengaluru, probably I would have contributed more of organizing AWS community day conferences or hosting meetups or writing reports about the events, all such things. And as a speaker, definitely I've been an active speaker for AWS community events and other industry conferences. And as I've told earlier, I continue to deliver guest lectures on cloud computing for staff and students across engineering colleges in India. Also work with some of the engineering colleges to help them in frame the lab syllabus for cloud computing, all that. So I continue to do that. And as a blogger, I enjoy depicting what inspires, influences, and impacts me through tech blogs or experiences or in terms of poems. And being a blogger, I've been writing on DevOps since 2009 and also like a lot of cloud computing stuff later. So now I have extended it into AWS User Group Bengaluru blog and also Dev too. So I continue to write that. So there is nothing, if you ask me, how can I become an AWS hero? There is no one stop solution. There is no pre written rules that you have to follow these 10 things to become, right? So, one thing is remember, this is a recognition to somebody who does a selfless community to the, I mean, selfless contribution to the community, I would say. So it is great to be a community hero, but you please continue to do your best. Either you would conduct these conferences or you be part of those conferences as a speaker or a blogger or a great YouTuber who would record all your lab series about AWS cloud and stuff. You continue to do your great work. I would always say that there is no overnight magic and things cannot happen overnight, right? So you continue to deliver your selfless work and whatever the recognition that you deserve, definitely it'll come to your doorstep. And AWS team would be watching and they will recognize and honor you for all your great contribution.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. Thank you so much for sharing all the tips and your thought process around how to become a strong community member in general. And AWS Hero is just, it will just come your way when the right time comes. So thank you so much for sharing your journey. So lastly, one of the most interesting questions that I always had is you being a proud mother of Yoogesh. Tell us a bit about Yoogesh and how it feels to have a prodigy around your home, and how you tackle all the tough questions that comes to you.
I would say proud mother of Sarvesh and Yogesh, who are 14 and 10-year-old now. Probably what his brother developed a website at 13, he's doing it at 10 because he is learning from his mom, dad, and the elder brother too. So elder brother is an author. I just published a poetry book for him a couple of months back. It's an amazing one. So inspired by that, little one said, "Amma, if I write poetries, will you publish?" Yes, definitely. So he started writing. I think more than I'm saying, I they are my kids. I would say I'm proud mother of those two boys. So I would say he's more of self-driven, and I am not trying to break any record or set a record by teaching them technology at the early age. Whatever I know, probably they get to see me before I go for any technical presentation. I have the habit of showing the slides to them and take their feedback and opinion. They'll happily say, "Amma, I'm not liking this color, change that color." They would go and present it as if Amma is doing. So that's a kind of thing they had in them. So I'm just throwing it. Whoever is interested can pick up. And most importantly, like during these presentations and all, like now for the past 1.5 years. So I think I would thank to COVID where I could get to spend a lot of time with the children, right? With which I could make something out of them. Otherwise, I go to work, they come back, either they go to their daycare or tuition. The time that I would spend with the children are very less. This COVID and the lockdown have given a lot of opportunity and time for me to spend with them, which has triggered them to follow what you're doing. They will not listen and they will not do it. Probably they would follow some of it. So he has that internal thing to do, write more blogs than Amma. He wants to have something what Amma has. So for him, I am the true competitor. He wants to excel me. So I would love to see him excel 100% than me. So that's what I'm looking for.
Absolutely. We all do the same, and we all hope for the same. And it's an absolute privilege to have Yoogesh today. And as promised to him, we are going to send a set of goodies, which is on the way. I hope he will get that tomorrow, and I hope that this also will motivate him and do good in future, not only in tech but also for the community in general. So thank you so much, Bhuvna, for your time. We are looking forward to have Yoogesh, again in the next community day. And thanks so much for your time. And we are looking forward for your session at the reInvent. Thanks for joining us. So with that, I'm going to give the mic back to the team, Dolly and Faisal. And if you are joining the jam or the workshop tomorrow, I'll see you again. Thank you so much, everyone, for having everyone and joining us across the globe and being with us for last 7.5 hours since morning. Thank you so much. Have a great evening ahead, and back to you, Vaishnavi.
Thank you so
so much,
much,
Suman.
Suman. Also, one last word. I want to really stop and appreciate every individual community builders, community leaders, community heroes, Suman, Rohini, Ridhima, everybody who are behind this conference and making it a grand success, and also the host for the day today. It has been an awesome event. 4 countries joining together and making 30,000 plus registrations. It was not easy. It cannot be made single-handedly. Such an awesome and huge effort. We are towards the end of the day. We should rejoice, celebrate, and then wait for the reInvent. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you so much, Suman, Bhuvaneshwari, and Yoogesh for that wonderful, wonderful session. I mean, all of our audience was heavily engaged.
Go, 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 build, go, 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 build, go build, go build, go build, go build, go build, go build.